Any Sigma guy faces a potentially difficult challenge when it comes to finding the ideal partner for a committed and long-term commitment. It might feel like a difficult balancing act trying to find the appropriate lady to complement your life while avoiding those that present warning signs when you're looking for her. Investing a significant amount of your time and energy into a relationship with the wrong lady will, in the long run, offer you nothing but misery and gloom. When you first start dating a lady, it is important to have a clear idea of the sort of woman you are dating. There are certain people who exhibit unmistakable indicators, such as those who are drama queens who solely seek attention for themselves. Nevertheless, there are other sorts of women who exhibit latent characteristics that may be just as detrimental, if not more so, to a relationship. These types of women should be avoided at all costs. And despite the fact that no one is flawless, it is vital for a Sigma guy to have a clear understanding of the kind of woman he is seeing and whether or not he intends to pursue anything serious or long-term. Compromise is essential to the health of any relationship. Having to cope with mental games or a woman who controls the situation, on the other hand, might be a waste of time and energy for any Sigma guy. Being oblivious of the dangers involved and continuing a relationship with this kind of woman can potentially lead to more severe consequences in the long run. Now that we've established that, let's take a look at the 6 different kinds of women a man who identifies as a Sigma should absolutely not date or marry under any circumstances. Number 1. The compulsive need for control. When it comes to laying a solid groundwork for any kind of relationship, transparency, honesty, and open communication are essential building blocks. On the other hand, this is not the case for many people, and instead, something that is essentially the complete reverse of this occurs instead. When one person in a relationship places an unhealthy amount of trust in the other, a controlling dynamic can emerge. It should come as no surprise that you should avoid dating women who have a tendency to exert dominance over you because of this tendency. These women aim to exert control over every facet of a Sigma man's life, beginning with the clothing he wears and working their way up to everything else. Everything from how you spend your free time, who your friends are, and where you spend your free time, to what you eat and drink, and so on and so on. They are opportunistic in the many ways that they will try to obtain control over all elements of your life, and they will try these techniques in a variety of ways. Any member of the Sigma male lineage should avoid sexual contact with women of this type. If there is a lack of trust in the relationship, you should brace yourself for the potentially harmful conduct to raise its ugly head at some point. Your spouse needs to regard you as an independent person who is able to look after themselves and someone who is capable of standing on your own 2 feet. On the other hand, if the lady you are seeing begins to behave in a controlling manner, you may decide that it is in your best interest to date someone else or to simply remain single. Number 2. Conniving. In the first phases of a relationship, this might be a red flag that is difficult to identify. This is the stage of your relationship where you are still getting to know one another, therefore both of you should be on your best behavior. She begins by being polite and acting in a considerate manner from the very beginning. She gives the impression of being extremely kind and attends to all of your needs. In addition to that, she is an incredible listener. And there will come a time when you will feel as though you have hit the jackpot, considering the possibility that she is the one for you because of the way that she brings out the best in you. And as time goes on, you find that you can put your faith in her more and more. Despite the fact that the genuine intentions of another person are only revealed with the passage of time. The beginning of her change into an unattractive person occurs when she realizes that she has gained your trust and that you are now totally committed in the relationship. In a very short amount of time, she transforms from a person you know into a completely and absolutely reprehensible human being. You have just now come to the realization that she is a person who is entirely distinct from you. What actually transpired was that throughout the first several months of your relationship, she spent the time acting as though she was the girl of your dreams. On the other hand, this was only done with the intention of you falling into her trap. As soon as things start to become routine and there is a discernible pattern involved, you start to gain a better idea of who she truly is. She all of a sudden begins making extremely stringent requests. She suddenly throws emotional temper tantrums out of the blue and places all of the responsibility for her behavior on you. You are always at blame for the disagreement, and she is the one who gets hurt in every single one of them. They have already prepared the groundwork, so it shouldn't be too difficult for them to do this task. They create an idealized image of themselves in your head, leaving you feeling bewildered and puzzled as a result of their performance. Because all you've ever desired is a flawless female like her, this type of gaslighting leads you to assume that there must be something wrong with you because all you've ever wanted is a woman like her. She may have been the girl of your dreams when you first met her, but that may no longer be the case. When you do encounter a lady of this sort, use extreme caution since the cunning ones are the ones who would have always been conspiring behind the scenes, starting from the very beginning of the situation. Number 3. Victim complex. When things aren't going well, there are certain sorts of women who will be quick to point the blame at you. You should be aware of this before you interact with them. On the other hand, it is vitally important that you are aware of the types of women who are on the opposing side of this issue. These are the types of women that take the blame on themselves. A victim complex may be a sign of something that may, at a later stage in the relationship, become a source of tension between the two people. If a woman has a tendency of continually berate herself, constantly making it a practice of putting herself down, self-deprecating, or consistently uttering negative things, then she has a lot of inner work and self-esteem issues that she needs to work on. In the beginning, you might have the impulse to want to take charge and be responsible. Despite the fact that you believe she requires your assistance, you should be aware that there is a limit to how much you can truly do to boost the self-esteem of another person. It is only in your best interest to completely steer clear of and avoid situations like this one. A significant portion of the work that she needs to do must originate from within herself, and unless she is willing to put in the work and that amount of time and effort to work on herself mentally, it is only in your best interest to completely avoid situations like this one. Number 4. Requiring a lot of upkeep. Dealing with a lady who is similar to this one might be challenging. This is a woman who demands a great deal of attention at all times. They have the propensity to be highly dependent. A person who is continuously demanding gives out alpha energy and might be quite critical of the sigma male that they are dating at the moment. Because they have such extremely high standards and such unrealistic expectations of sigma guys, these women are notoriously tough to sway owing to the fact that if you behave in a way that they are not pleased, they will not be pleased. Prepare yourself to receive excessive criticism. In addition to giving you severe thrashing over the head, they will be ready to point out all of your flaws while conveniently ignoring any flaws in their own flooring. Due to the fact that she is very self-absorbed and pompous, this really shouldn't come as much of a surprise. She holds the mentality that she is better off than the majority of other individuals. She is extremely vain and completely preoccupied with the manner that she presents herself to others. Women that are considered to have a high maintenance level are too concerned with how they appear on the outside, which most people find to be an enormous turn-off. It seems as though these ladies are looking for a partner who can keep up with their high levels of activity. On the other hand, she is not willing to invest a significant amount of time or effort into the connections she has. In addition, due to her avaricious and materialistic personality, you should get ready to empty your bank account since she will expect you to be able to provide for her and you will be spending a ton of money on expensive presents for her. Because of this, you should break the bank. However, you shouldn't truly expect her to do the same thing for you in it. Number 5. Miss Independent. Therefore, it is one thing to be independent and self-reliant within the context of a romantic partnership. On the other hand, having an unhealthy amount of independence may be harmful to any relationship in the long term. Acquiring a sense of independence within the context of a committed partnership is a goal that should be shared by either men or women. In addition, the fact that she is self-sufficient demonstrates that she is capable of standing on her own 2 feet. On the other hand, she needs to be conscious of the fact that in order to have a happy and long-lasting relationship, she will have to reveal parts of herself to her spouse. If you are a Sigma guy searching for anything serious and long-term, you should absolutely focus your search on finding a woman who can make her own decisions. However, this shouldn't be confused with independence. And despite the fact that it may paint a picture of a laid-back, low-maintenance relationship, a woman who is excessively overconfident and excessively independent may be a challenge to be with because you may start to feel unwanted and unnecessary in the relationship as a result of her behavior. When these emotions first begin to surface in a Sigma male, there is a high chance that he may drift away from the lady and pursue other interests. There must be a degree of mutual dependency between the two people in a relationship for it to last for a significant amount of time. It is okay to rely on one another for the less significant matters, and you should not feel that doing so requires you to make a sacrifice of yourself in the process. It is essential for Sigma men to have the experience of being wanted and of feeling as though they can make a positive contribution to the relationship. Therefore, the fact that your spouse does not depend on you may give rise to feelings of insecurity inside you, leading you to believe that you are never doing enough for the both of you. Number 6. Gold diggers avoid dating gold diggers at all costs. It's unfortunate to acknowledge, but there are certain individuals in your life who are only there for you because of who you are. They remain for the sake of their own position and the financial benefits it provides. When a lady is primarily interested in your financial situation, this is the clearest indication that she is a money digger. She is concerned about your successful business or high-paying career. You will only be able to get her attention if you offer her something tangible in exchange for it. She won't publish anything about you on social media, but she will share whatever else she gets from you. Gold diggers are not proud of you. They are self-centered, entitled narcissists who are solely concerned with themselves. They are pleased that they were successful in luring you in, but sadly, many Sigma guys have been fooled by women like you in the past, and many more continue to be fooled now. Gold diggers will consider you a potential target if you are someone who generates a significant amount of money, and it is common knowledge that you do so. And despite the fact that situations like these are extremely disturbing, they frequently occur in the actual world. This is just the way things are. Because there are some people who are only faking it for the money, it is important for you to understand how to recognize the covert cues that a female has feelings for you. Women who like you for who you are tend to appreciate your company because it allows them to continue being who they are.
Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And do share with your friends so we may continue to create them. To see more videos like this, subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Additionally, make sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for watching.